For your homework, you're asked to find the mean, median, mode, and range for a couple of sets of numbers. Whenever you get a list of numbers, the very first thing you should always do is put the numbers in order least to greatest. Once I have my numbers in order least to greatest, it makes it easier to do the rest of this stuff. So for number 1, finding the mean is the average. So I add all of the numbers up, and I get 100, nope, I don't, I get 490. And then I divide by how many numbers there are. And I'm going to divide 490 by 6. And since we're not allowed to use a calculator, this is where that long division is going to come in. 6 goes into 49 8 times. That gives me 48. I subtract and bring down. And 6 goes into 10 one time. Now, for your homework, this is why you listen, you can stop right here as soon as you get to the decimal point. So our 490 divided by 6 is just 81. And we can write that as our mean of 81. Number 2 is asking for the median. That means the middle of all of the numbers once they're in order. So this is half of my numbers, and this is half of my numbers. The middle is whatever is halfway between 80 and 90, and that is 85. For number 3, the mode is the number that appears the most. Well, 80 and 90 both appear twice, so my mode is 80 and 90. The range is the difference between the highest number and the lowest number. So I have a range of 50. This is the amount of work that you should show for each problem in your homework. So for example, 1, you would have addition and division work. 2 doesn't really have any work, and 3 doesn't really have any work. But for number 4, you should still show that subtraction, even if you can do it in your head. For 5, 6, 7, and 8, we're going to find the mean, median, mode, and range after the lowest score is dropped. This time, I'm going to start by putting the numbers in order least to greatest. Now 50 is not included, so I don't write 50. I start with 80, 80, 90, 90, and 100. So my numbers are now in order least to greatest. My mean is found by adding all of those numbers together. Which gives me 440. And then I am going to, nope, don't want to do that. I'm going to divide 440 by how many numbers there are. And this time there's only 5. I show that long division, 440 divided by 5. It goes in 8 times. And 5 goes into 40, another 8 times. So I get an 88 as my mean. My median is the center number. So there's 2 numbers on this side and 2 numbers on this side, so my median is 90. My mode is the number that appears the most. Once again, that's still 80 and 90 because they both appear twice. And my range, the difference between my highest number and my lowest number. In this case, my lowest number is only 80, so it has a range of 20. Number 9 wants us to compare data. It asks, by how much did Heather's average change after the lowest score was dropped? Well, her average is her mean, so that's an 81 before the lowest score is dropped. And then after the lowest score is dropped, it's an 88. So it changed by 9 points. Just in case you need the vocabulary listed out for you, I'm including this slide, but if you've got it and this is jogging memory and you totally have your homework, then you can go ahead and turn off the video and start on your homework. If you are not sure, then here's some of the vocabulary for you. So first, what we did is put the numbers in order least to greatest. The mean is the average of those numbers. So I add the numbers up, and then I divide by how many numbers there are. And that gives us the mean, which is what you guys normally refer to as the average. The median is the number in the middle. And it's only going to work if you've already put the numbers in order least to greatest. So if I have a list of numbers and there's an odd number of them, I just work from the outside in to find my median. If there's an even number of numbers, then this is half my data and that's half my data. And my median is the number that's halfway between 10 and 11, which is 5.5. Oh God, no it's not. It's 10.5. The mode is the number that appears most often. So in this list of numbers that was right over here, there would be no mode because none of them numbers are repeated. And finally, the range is the difference between the smallest number and the largest number.